Good afternoon. Time to wrap it up for the day before income taxes. Like I've said before, I always feel like I'm doing kind of pretty damn good until I have to pay quarterlies, and got to start all over again. I guess it's incentive to run the race or keep running the race. Came in this morning. We had an 80, 82 buy, and then a 75, 77. This is buy two. We like our number two levels best, but we got a good trade right in here. This proved to be the first support level. Then our 75, 77 was our second support level. Based on this really hard break, we lowered the sell down to the 84, 86 area. The trade did not develop, and then we had moved we kept our 89.91, and that trade did develop. So about an hour ago said looks like the market might close today at 87, and we'll stick with that, and we'll see if that actually transpires. So we caught both edges of the market well. We caught the low side a couple times. We caught this area, we caught this area, and we also caught that area. So there's three trades to the short side. One of them developed big time early. But you can see what happens after 11 o'clock. The bars get very, very thin, except on breakout situations when they're really, really fat. And that's the problem with liquidity. So we had a good day on our assessment of the market, and we had trades in the room, talked through them live here. That one was plus 3 to 4. Didn't get it down on the screen, was a little late. Right in here, we had another one. We scratched that trade. Off of this S, we took a trade, and we entered it as per the rules. We exited for 2.5 points, and that was the perfect exit right here. And I was there in time to get those on the screen. So got to be nimble. You got to be paying attention to what you're doing. Can't be yakking all the time. So really, really good day for us in the E-mini, all things considered, with the software and with our take on where the market was going to be. Looking at the F1 screen, lower high, lower low, we could sell. And again, I've got this 80. We're going to keep this 80 area right in here. You can just see a bunch of highs and lows kind of come together, and then we trade through it quickly. So it's a pretty clean break in the 81, 82 area, and it's a pretty clean break in the 67, 70 area down in here. So we will keep our eyes on that. In the meantime, it's got the look of a trading range, doesn't it? So this one, we can be a seller tomorrow with failure to take out the 90, 92 area. Looking at the F2 screen, got a new distribution, started an E period. It's pointed higher. We put them both together. It's still a P with a double distribution. So the easiest trade, once again, to see is failure to take out 90, 92. This morning's numbers, believe it or not, even though they were below expectations, were better than expected. They're pretty strong numbers, all things considered. And that probably explains the early selling, because the Fed can raise interest rates. We're at 89. Last rotate down was 84. So for Globex, 84, 86 is going to be buy one. Then our 80, 82. And I think it's a lot easier to see this sell right here in the 90, 92. Failure to take that area out. Okay, quite a bit of retracement today in the note and the bond. Wonderful trading opportunities, both up and down. Got a higher low and a higher high on the note, so we can be buyers into weakness to see if we could extend the top. But if we're not able to get through the 29.16 to 20 area, we can go to the short side of the market. Looking at the F2 screen, I did an I split just to keep it there. We talked about this, about a limit buy at 9. It was a structural buy. So we'll keep our 5 to 9 by 1, 01 to 29 by 2. Last rotate stopped at 16. We're currently at 10.5. So for Globex, selling failure to take out 12 to 16. And then our 19 to 23 will be sell 2. Now we have news tomorrow. We've got Empire Manufacturing Index. I always think of a record label when I see that. At 7. Industrial production. Forecast. That's kind of in, today's retail sales number. That would be a little bit different. 78.7. National Housing Market Index at 55. And crude, don't know what the estimate is for crude, and then the beige book. And they'll look at the beige book to see how quickly the economic forecasts are changing from where they were last month. But the number one focus is going to be industrial production. We'll get a reaction off of the Empire Manufacturing Index because it's out early, followed up by the industrial production number 45 minutes later. Okay, looking at the bond, and again, this is a really good contract for somebody that can't hang with the note. The note and the bond are the same trade. I mean, you're just trading twice as many notes as you are the bond. But because of the knob spread and the extra volatility that we have, you're not trying to make 3 to 4 30 seconds. You're trying to make really 6 to 8 or more. And we told this morning 9, that is the low, so we haven't gotten down there yet. But I mean, these are big trades. We're coming off, a move out of the middle up here, off the top, 65.17. That's $1,000 down to 64.17. We rallied from 63.25, the high. Don't have it right in front of me, but it was 24. I'm not sure, maybe 24. Big numbers, almost 2 points. So this contract offers a lot of opportunity, but you do have to sell into strength and you do have to buy into weakness, and that is counter to the way most people like to trade. You're going to make 5 to 9 by 1, 29 to 01 by 2. The spill was from 24, so 24 to 28, 23, 27. I'm going to have to start opening these numbers up, as hard as it is to do because of the volatility that we have in this beast right now. My number one levels have just been smoked. So tomorrow I'm going to try to widen them up a little bit. Probably put 3 or 4 of them out there and take 2 and 4 as opposed to 1 and 2. But the volatility, that's good for us. It means more opportunities. And when we get into a trade, if we can ride it a little bit, it has a chance to really put some money in the account. But I hope y'all are having fun doing this. I mean, we're in I think the thing that being able to trade does for everybody, especially if you can trade from the short side of the market, is that you're no longer fearful over your investments. You know how to hedge if you have to. You know you can make money in down markets as opposed to being sidelined for 1 to 3 years. It just gives you, it's empowering. I mean, it's freedom, it's liberty from what most people have to put up with. Okay, we're at 92.50, so we'll move our buy up to 85, 87. I still don't, I think it's going to be very difficult to break this market because of what's going on in the Middle East, the Ukraine, and every place else. This latest Russian move to put air defense, state-of-the-art air defense into Iran, I mean, if they can get it installed, it brings a whole level of new protection to Iran, and it changes the name. And, you know, this reset button that Hillary was going to do with the Russians, yeah, they've reset it. I don't think one thing's come out in our favor. We're at 92.50. Last rotate up stopped at 97, so 97, 1200 is sell 1. 4 to 6 is going to be sell 2. I mean, everything that we used to, the order that we used to think drove things, it's been turned upside down. I mean, nothing has been gotten in return for it. The world is a much more dangerous place now. And putting nukes into the Middle East, I mean, you're dealing with a mindset that, I remember back when we were in the service and I was involved in some counter-terrorist action in Pakistan. And the old saying back in those days is that Muslims know how to die well. They have no fear of death. In fact, they welcome it. And that's a much different mindset than you typically fight against. And put one of those guys on the hand or a control panel or the keys to a nuke, you have significantly changed the dynamics. Okay, crude oil. Let's go back and let's take a look at F1 just to reinforce these numbers. Okay, 54, this area right in here. Then you've got basically 55, 55.50, and then 56.50 all the way up here. This rally is off the fact that tight shale, tight sand production of crude oil has peaked. Will peak in the next month, in May, this month, and May production we're supposed to drop 57,000 barrels. Cushing would probably like to see that. We've got a higher low and a higher high. We can look for places to buy it. 54 obviously is a sell point. So this 53.50 to 75, it is resistance. Sell 1. 54, 54 and a quarter is going to be sell 2. On the buy side, we had our breakout from 52.75. With 53.15, we'll give it a little room. 52.50, 52.75, buy 1. And then 52, 52 and a quarter, buy 2. Tomorrow, our crude inventory numbers, sometimes they play, sometimes they don't. The times that when you're in a trade and you're counting on them to play, they won't. And when you're not in a trade, they do play. So it's makes it difficult for the traders. Rich does not trade into that news because of the uncertainty of what happens after the news hits the market. It goes up on bad news just as much as it goes down. So see how Nancy plays it. I know Nancy plays it well. Well, Nancy, that's wisdom speaking to us right there. She Doesn't trade at the news announcement plus or minus 15 minutes. It's a tough trade in there. I mean, you don't know how it's going to go, and there's no need to take that kind of risk. Don't have to. Okay, looking at the euro, Jeff's favorite contract. We're at 59. Last rotate up was 75. Then 80. So top of value, so we're going to 107 sell 1, 107.25 sell 2. Put a question mark at 675. On the buy side, we broke it out at 106. We're going to put 106 buy 1, and then 575 buy 2. Folks, that's it for the 14th of April. See you bright and early in the morning. Hope you have a great evening. We're going to push 70 degrees this afternoon, so a good one for us too. And I'll see you in the morning. I'm out of here.